Have you ever stopped to wonder about the current state of our waters and how our diet choices can impact it? As we all know, water is the lifeblood of our planet. It nourishes, cleanses, and sustains all life forms, including us, humans. Yet it's a resource we often take for granted, forgetting that its health is intimately tied to our own. Now let's take a moment to consider our dietary habits. What we choose to put on our plates doesn't just affect us, but ripples out to touch the farthest corners of our world, including our waters. Our food choices can either sustain or strain these valuable resources. Indeed, our diets, so personal and varied, can have a profound effect on the health of our waters. In this video, we will delve into the effects of two distinct diets on our waters: a plant-based diet and a diet that includes farm-raised fish. Let's start with the plant-based diet. What does it mean for our waters? Think of a plant-based diet as a lifestyle choice, a conscious decision to consume more fruits, vegetables, grains, nuts, and seeds, while reducing or completely eliminating animal products. Now you might be wondering, what's the connection between this diet and our waters? Well, it's all about the environmental footprint. The traditional meat and dairy industry, with its extensive farming and processing, contributes significantly to water pollution. These industries generate enormous amounts of waste that often end up in our rivers and oceans, creating dead zones where no aquatic life can survive. On the other hand, a plant-based diet requires less water and land, reducing the strain on our natural resources. For example, growing a pound of potatoes uses just a fraction of the water needed to produce a pound of beef. Switching to a plant-based diet can also contribute to water conservation. It's a simple equation: less demand for meat and dairy equals fewer farms. Fewer farms mean less water used for livestock and their feed crops. But it's not just about conserving water. A shift towards plant-based diets can help maintain a healthier water ecosystem. With fewer pollutants entering our waters from animal agriculture, aquatic life can thrive. Clean waters are also essential for human health, providing us with safe drinking water and reducing the risk of waterborne diseases. There's a beautiful symbiosis here, a chain of positive impacts that starts with a simple change in our plates. It's a win for our health, a win for our planet, and a win for our waters. It's important to remember that every meal is an opportunity to make a difference. Each plant-based meal is a step towards a more sustainable world, a world where our waters are not only conserved but are also clean and healthy. So when you choose a plant-based diet, you're not just making a choice for your health, but for the health of our waters and our planet as a whole. It's a powerful decision, one that can make a real difference. Clearly, a plant-based diet can be a water-friendly choice. Now, what about a diet that includes farm-raised fish? How does it impact our waters? Well, let's dive in. Farm-raised fish, also known as aquaculture, is a booming industry. It's a way to meet the growing demand for seafood without depleting the wild fish populations. But it's not as rosy as it sounds. You see, these aqua farms are often densely packed, leading to a higher risk of disease and parasites. To manage this, farmers often resort to antibiotics and pesticides. But here's the catch. These chemicals don't just stay in the farm, they seep into the surrounding waters, causing pollution and harming non-target marine species. Overfishing is another concern. Wild fish are often caught to feed the farmed ones. This creates a paradoxical situation where we're depleting wild fish stocks to raise more fish. It's like robbing Peter to pay Paul, but in this case, we're robbing the ocean to feed the farms. Now let's talk about the damage to marine ecosystems. Aqua farms are often set up in coastal areas and mangroves. These environments are vital for many marine species. They act as nurseries for young fish and serve as a buffer against storms and erosion. But these habitats are often destroyed to make way for fish farms, leading to a loss of biodiversity. Moreover, the waste from these farms, uneaten food, fish excrement, and dead fish, also contributes to water pollution. This waste can lead to a phenomenon called eutrophication, where the excess nutrients cause algal blooms. These blooms deplete the water's oxygen, creating dead zones where most marine life can't survive. So, while farm-raised fish might seem like a sustainable solution, it's not without its drawbacks. It's a complex issue, and it's clear that we need to find a balance between meeting our dietary needs and protecting our waters. It appears that a diet including farm-raised fish can have significant negative impacts on our waters. Now that we have a basic understanding of how these two diets impact our waters, let's compare them side by side. Diving into the deep end, the farm-raised fish diet, on the one hand, has a significant effect on water health. It's a bit like a double-edged sword. While providing a substantial source of proteins and omega-3 fatty acids, it's also responsible for a significant amount of water pollution. Fish farms produce vast quantities of waste, including uneaten food, excrement, and dead fish, which can lead to harmful algal blooms and dead zones in surrounding waters. These zones, devoid of oxygen, make life unsustainable for marine creatures and disrupt the balance of aquatic ecosystems. Moreover, the demand for water in fish farming is enormous. To give you an idea, it takes approximately 4,000 gallons of water to produce just 1 pound of fish. That's a lot of water for a relatively small return, right? And let's not forget the chemicals and antibiotics used in these farms that end up in our waters, posing risks to both marine life and human health. Now let's paddle over to the plant-based diet. This diet, rich in fruits, vegetables, grains, and legumes, has a significantly smaller water footprint. It's estimated that a plant-based diet requires roughly 300 gallons of water per day, compared to a whopping 1,000 gallons for a diet that includes meat and dairy. That's quite a difference. In terms of water pollution, the plant-based diet comes out on top as well. Growing plants typically require fewer harmful pesticides and fertilizers than raising animals for food. This means less runoff into our streams, rivers, and ultimately, our oceans. And let's not overlook the fact that plants help to filter and purify water, contributing to healthier aquatic ecosystems. The contrast between these two diets in relation to our waters is quite striking. It's evident that the choices we make on our plates can have far-reaching effects, not just on our health, but on the health of our planet and its precious waters. So, what does all this mean in the grand scheme of things? Well, it means that our food choices have far-reaching implications. It's like throwing a pebble into a pond. The ripples spread out, affecting everything in their path. In the same way, our dietary choices create ripples, impacting not only our personal health but also the health of our water bodies and, by extension, our planet. You see, when we make the decision to consume farm-raised fish, we might not consider the impact this choice has on the waters from which these fish were harvested. However, the reality is that these farming practices often lead to overfishing, habitat destruction, and pollution in our oceans, lakes, and rivers. On the flip side, choosing a plant-based diet can help reduce these negative impacts. It's a diet that requires less water, less land, and produces fewer greenhouse gases. It's a diet that promotes sustainability, and it's a diet that can contribute to the health of our waters, and ultimately, the health of our planet. But it's not just about the health of our waters, it's also about our health. A plant-based diet is rich in nutrients, fibers, and antioxidants. It's a diet that can help prevent chronic diseases and improve our overall well-being. So, it's a win-win situation for us and for our planet. The key here is informed decision-making. When we understand the impact of our choices, we can make decisions that are not only beneficial for us but also for our environment. It's about realizing that our choices matter, that they have consequences, and that we have the power to make a difference. So, the next time you're at the grocery store, think about the ripples. Think about the impact your choices will have on your health, on the health of our waters, and on the health of our planet. Remember, every choice counts. Every meal matters. Our diet choices matter, not just for our health, but for the health of our waters and the planet as a whole. Let's wrap up with the key points from our discussion. We've explored the significant impacts of our dietary choices on our waters. A plant-based diet emerges as a sustainable solution, reducing water pollution and conserving our precious aquatic resources. It's a lifestyle that respects the balance of our ecosystem, promoting health for us and our planet. On the other hand, the farm-raised fish diet paints a different picture. It's a system that often compromises the quality of our waters, contributing to pollution and the degradation of aquatic ecosystems. The process of farming fish can lead to an excess of waste and chemicals in our waters, posing risks to both marine life and our health. In essence, our dietary choices have a ripple effect, extending far beyond our plates. They impact our waters, our health, and the health of our planet. Remember, the power to protect our waters lies in our choices. Choose wisely. Before we wrap up this enlightening journey, we'd love to have you on board for more. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe for more insightful content. Our channel is dedicated to providing you with the knowledge you need to make informed decisions about your health, your lifestyle, and your impact on this beautiful planet that we call home. Now let's take a moment to reflect. Our diets are much more than mere sustenance. They are a reflection of our values, our beliefs, and our commitment to the planet. The power to protect our waters, to ensure a sustainable future for all life on Earth, lies in our choices. Every meal is an opportunity to make a difference. So, let's choose wisely. Thanks for watching, and remember, your diet choices can make a world of difference. Stay informed and stay healthy. Join us again for more discussions that matter. Until then, keep making choices that nourish you and our planet.